So there is a big one here. Ganti kankowalagi ifana kolomadi no toto. Canada has joined in the forces to support Biafra. I told you that what Nnamdi Kanu did before Simon Ekpa came is really making a lot of alarm across the world. Nnamdi Kanu, why they chased him out of Nigeria to Israel? He took his time to register the Biafran struggle across the globe, and this has really made it easy for Simon Ekpa to do one or two things, because people who were once IPOB are now autopilot. And autopilot and IPOB, we are all wanting the same thing: Biafra or nothing. So Canada has now joined in the forces and now said they are going to give the willing support as Simon Ekpa will be arriving in Canada in no time. See, I want to say this very simple and very clear. We must stay very focused, more committed, more in the open of everything we are saying. More committed and more in the open. It doesn't matter how they try to twist the narrative, make it look as if, people are not doing what they are supposed to do. But one of the most important truths here is that we must stay committed. We must stay very, very committed. And that's why the whole game changes. Because along the line, they have now realized that they cannot continue to put us down. Whichever way they try to do it, however way they try to put it, we must consider and continue to look at ourselves wholeheartedly, in line with what we do, in line with the things we say. How they want to do it is their business. But we already at that portrayal, that junction of helping ourselves. And that's where the story begins. Staying committed is very, very important. Because that's the biggest message, that's the biggest news. It's only going to take some time. But now, as we are now planning to move into Canada, see, the zoo are expecting us to achieve Biafra the same way you could try achieving Biafra, by fighting back with guns and bullets. No, we're going to protect ourselves, but we're going to be logical this time around. Logical. There's no two ways about it. We are going to be logical in everything we are doing, in the things we say, in the things we do, how we make ourselves look more important and all that. And before you know it, everything will begin to make sense, because that's where the story lies on. As we push through every positivity, every words to words, action to action, peculiarly, we must unreliably know that there is a place we are going. Onye ka ajụlụ maka na ajụjụ ajụrụ ka esi gị gịnị ka ị ga-eji ewe eme? Kedu ife ị ga-eji ewe eme? You're na-akọ ogologo akụkọ. This is no longer a time where people will open their mouth and begin to say things that does not make sense. We must stay very, very focused on the mission to push Biafra, on the mission to achieve Biafra, on the mission to continue that path that our predecessors have set, from Ojukwu down to Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa. But every enemy of Biafra, anybody who is talking about Biafra and every time, they're always there saying Biafra this, Biafra that, and they have bad intention. The EU has finally respected the Biafran decision. Hey! The European Union has respected the decision that was made by the United Nations over Biafran referendum. For quite long, I told you that the forces that are fighting Biafran are not just Nigeria. If it was Nigeria, would have ended it since. But these people have been getting strong support from our enemies. And this thing has come to a very large extent to set heavy boundaries on our part. And that is what I'm telling you today, that we must continue to produce what should be produced, do facts what should be done, and proclaim what should be proclaimed. And before you know it, everything will come to pass. We've come a very long way to discuss our decision, and by discussing this thing, we will talk to ourselves in a big order and engage ourselves radically, promotionally, and continue to set our theories to that possible order. That's where the whole room will begin from. So I must tell you, the whole truth that we are saying now is that the European Union must understand that they do not own us, they do not predict what will happen to us, and they cannot tell us what we are going to do. Because at the end of the day, we'll be here to face these very facts that we pursue. So now that the European Union has now respected the order of the British, the United Nations over Biafran decision, they can now understand that whether they like it or not, we will not be in that phase where everybody will look at us and produce antecedents, because that's where the whole courtroom begins. Not too much words, no dancing, no prolonging, and no trying to, have ourselves to be killed. Because whether you like it or not, we must continue to face ourselves in a very, very right order.